beautiful ladies? Welcome to the Cozy Mom Chats channel. My name is Rosemily, mom blogger and life coach, and I'm so excited that you're here because today is going to be a good one. So get your iced coffee, which I have. I'm really cozy here in my living room, ready to talk with you. But before we get started, I just want to say that I got Dunkin' Donuts has their holiday drinks out already, and I got the iced white chocolate mocha hazelnut bark iced coffee, and it's so good. So go get it. Now let's talk about mom guilt, because this is a juicy topic that we need to talk about. We need to address right here and right now, because I'm going to help you overcome mom guilt once and for all. And not only that, I'm going to help you have the tools that you need every time you feel that guilt creeping in, so you know exactly what to do. Now, mom guilt is a very, very common and normal emotions that so many of us moms feel the minute that we become moms. Right? It's like mom guilt is waiting for another woman to become a mom, and they'll be like, oh wait, we got another one. Mom guilt injected into our veins. And it's not good. I always say that mom guilt is a choice, right? It's just a choice that you make to feel every single time you make a decision as a parent, every single time that you make a choice, that you go back to work, right? But we're going to be talking more about that. I just want you to understand that mom guilt, like a little definition, is basically you feeling inadequate as a mom. You feel stress and anxiety because you feel like you're not meeting your expectations as a parent, or you compare yourself to others and feel like other moms are better than you, or that you're doing something wrong as a mom. Now let's get started with my 8 simple tips for you to overcome mom guilt once and for all. So tip number 1 is a method that I created that is called acknowledge, challenge, and redefine. So now let's get into it. Acknowledge. When you're feeling guilt, you want to acknowledge those feelings. You do not want to brush it off, and you do not want to do it with judgment. Do not judge yourself. This is very normal to feel this way. So acknowledge your feeling and sit with it. Number 2 is challenge, right? Challenge those thoughts that are creating those feelings of you feeling guilt, right? Because it starts with a thought. For example, let's say that your toddler doesn't know how to potty train yet, or you haven't potty trained your toddler yet, but you see that your friend already potty trained her toddler. So now you're starting to feel like you're a bad mom. You're starting to feel like, oh, am I doing something wrong? Or is my child delayed? What is going on? You start feeling guilty because your child hasn't been potty trained yet, or you haven't successfully potty trained. But it's a thought that you're thinking like, I'm doing something wrong. She's a better mom than me. She knows her child more. Or is something wrong with my child, right? That is a thought that creates that guilt feeling. And when you feel that guilt feeling, then you're going to show up as a mom as not confident, feeling like you're not good enough, and feeling defeated right away. So you want to challenge those thoughts immediately when you start to feel, oh my God, I'm doing something wrong. I'm a bad mom. Look what I'm doing. And challenge those thoughts and say, am I really a bad mom? Am I really doing something wrong? Challenge it, because for the most part, you are not doing nothing wrong. For the most part, those thoughts are just thoughts. You don't have to make it a belief, right? Or start feeling like that's what defines you. So you want to acknowledge, you want to challenge, and now you want to redefine what you want to believe instead. Okay, in this very moment, my child is not potty trained. It does not mean that I am a bad mom, right? So you're redefining what that means, that situation. It just means that I have to take my time. It just means that some kids take longer than other kids, right? Now you're redefining that thought, which is making you feel so much better, because in reality it's true. And now tip number 2 is focus on the things that you can control, right? What can you control? Most of us feel mom guilt when we work 9 to 5, when we're not spending enough time with our children, right? When we're not with them, we're doing something else. So you want to control the things that you can control, which is when you get home from work, or if you're working all day at home, right? How can you make it better? Focus on how you can make things better. Stop thinking about all the things that you didn't do that day. Okay, so I get home from 9 to 5, so now I can spend more time with my children without any distraction. Let me put my phone away, and let me give my child 10 minutes of unconditional time with their mom. And this way you're going to feel so much better, because now you're able to build those meaningful memories and moments with your children without thinking that you're a bad mom, or without thinking that you're working all day, without thinking all those negative things. Focus on the things that you can control to make it better. If you're a stay-at-home mom and you're cleaning and doing chores and doing all these things all day, that one of those times you yelled at your kids and now you feel guilty and you feel like a bad mom, how can you make it better? Apologize, learn from it, and do something with your child, right? Show them the fun side of you. That's how you can make it better, and it will eliminate the guilt. Okay, so tip number 3 is stop comparing yourself to other moms, because we all do it. I've done it, and it doesn't make us feel better. No, it does not. If we are comparing them to make us feel bad, right? So stop comparing yourself to other moms and focus on yourself, on your life. How can you be better? How can your family be better? How can you create those meaningful moments with your family? And don't worry about nobody else. And tip number 4 is a good one, because not everybody talks about this. Understand your guilt triggers. Who is causing you, or what is causing you to feel more mom guilt? Is it a coworker making you feel bad because you went back to work? Is it a family member? Is it society? Is it moms on social media? You're constantly comparing yourself to other moms and you feel guilt. You have to really acknowledge that and understand, okay, why do I feel guilty? Who am I constantly watching, comparing myself to, right? And once you know those triggers, you're able to ask yourself, okay, what do I want to do with this information? If I know that my coworker is making me feel bad as a mom, do I want to have a conversation? If I know other moms on social media is making me feel bad as a mom, right? Do I need to unfollow them for a while so that I can have peace and do my own stuff, my own thing as a mom? Tip number 5, focus on the things that you're doing right as a mom. The more you focus less on what you're doing wrong, if you're not spending enough time with your children, if your house a mess, the less you focus on that, and the more you focus on the small wins, everyday small little wins. Oh, I spent 5 more minutes with my child and I didn't even touch my phone. That's a celebration, right? After work, instead of checking my email, I watched a movie with my family or had a meaningful conversation with my spouse. Things like that. Celebrate those small, big wins so you can slowly eliminate that guilt of focusing on the things that you're doing wrong, or you think you're not doing good as a mom, right? And start seeing all the good things that you are doing as a mom. Tip number 6 is surround yourself with moms that understand you. Speak to your spouse about it. Speak to your mom. Speak to your sister about your feelings of mom guilt. Join Facebook groups of moms. I mean, you know what? I don't really recommend mom's Facebook group. I've been in some just to see what they talk about, the advice they give, and it's not really like neutral advice. But if you want to join a Facebook group about moms so you can feel like you belong, you can feel like you're not alone, then do just that, right? Because the more you speak out about it, the more help you're going to get and the better you're going to feel. Maybe your sister, who's a mom, has a tip that you never thought about. Maybe your mom can tell you how she overcame mom guilt, right? And all this type of stuff. You want to surround yourself and not feel alone, like you're battling mom guilt on your own, or you feel embarrassed to even ask for help, because you're not alone, and this happens more often than you think. I feel like every single mom feels mom guilt once in their lifetime, and it's how you want to go about it that really counts. Tip number 7 is lower your expectations of what you believe being a good parent or good mom is, right? This happens more than that, right? You're probably set an expectation before you became a mom, when you were not a mom, and you said, I'm not going to do this, I'm not going to do that, I'm definitely going to be a patient mom, I'm never going to yell at my kids. How dare other moms yell at their kids, OMG. And then you find yourself yelling on your child. You find yourself doing the complete opposite of what you said you were not going to do as a mom. Welcome to the club, honey, because we've all done it. And it's okay. Don't feel bad about it. Don't feel like, oh my God, I am the worst parent in the world. You're not. We just set unrealistic expectation until we become a mom, and then we were like, okay, this just got real, right? It's a complete different story, and it's okay. Lower your expectations. Redefine what motherhood means to you. Don't worry about what society is doing or saying that you should be. Don't worry about what other people are doing on social media. Worry about yourself. What does a good mom means to you? What does a good parent means to you? How do you want to be around your children, right? How do you want to show up as a mom every single day, even if you work, even if you're a stay-at-home mom that do so much? How do you want to show the love to your children so that you don't feel like you don't spend time with them, so that you don't feel bad that you have to go to work, right? Last but not least, tip number 8 is self-care. Take care of yourself as a mom. Please do not neglect yourself. Please do not think that putting yourself last is the way to go. That's how you're going to be a good mom. Put yourself last. Forget about your appearance. Don't do anything for yourself, because that is a lie. Okay? That is a complete lie. You have to know that filling your cup is the best way to go as a mom, because you're going to be more patient, you're going to be more loving, you're going to be more present with your children, and you're going to see that self-care is the key to more joy and peace in your life. Because not only you're taking care of yourself and you're saying, you know what, I matter, let me do something for me so that I can be the mom that I want to be for my children. Just think about it that way. Self-care, taking care of yourself, doing something for you is not selfish. You're actually giving this gift to your spouse and to your children of the best version of you. Now, I hope this helps you overcome mom guilt. Literally the ultimate guide to stop feeling mom guilt and actually thrive as a mom. And not only that, knowing the tools of what to do when you feel mom guilt. That way you don't drown in overwhelm, stress, and anxiety because you feel like a bad mom. Not a bad mom. Now, I will see you on my next video. Cheers!